Ever get that feeling when you're trying to really grasp a key moment in a huge story?
Yeah.
Like something big is about to shift.
Definitely. And that's exactly what we're digging into today.
We are diving deep into, well, a really pivotal encounter from the Ramayana. It's that clash between Rama and Parasurama.
Right. It's more than just a fight, though. It's this meeting right after Rama's wedding to Sita. They're heading back to Ayodhya, and boom, Parasurama shows up.
This incredibly formidable figure.
Exactly. And it's fascinating because it reveals so much about Rama, about his divine nature, really.
Okay, so our main source for this, it's from an audiobook series, excerpts focused on Lord Sri Rama's biography, specifically Chapter 10, Parasurama's Discomfiture. So the mission today, understand why this appearance is such a big deal and what Rama showing his power really means for the whole story. Okay, let's get into it.
So picture this. King Dasaratha, he's heading back home to Ayodhya. He's got his sons, Rama included, and his new daughter-in-law, Sita. Should be a happy time, right?
Totally. I mean, a royal wedding, everything went well. It should be pure celebration. But the journey home, not so smooth. The source mentions these like omens.
That's right. It's this real contrast. You've got the joy of the wedding, but then suddenly these bad signs start appearing on the way back.
And Dasaratha feels this. He gets anxious.
Oh, absolutely. He's worried. And he actually talks to Vasishtha, his advisor, about it. Like, what do these things mean?
So what does Vasishtha say? Does he have an explanation for these, well, worrying signs?
He gives a kind of nuanced reading. He says, look, the birds acting weirdly up in the air, that suggests trouble.
Okay.
But the animals on the ground, their behavior actually seems to promise something good will come out of it.
So maybe not all bad, like a disruption, but maybe with a positive resolution eventually.
That seems to be the implication, yeah. An early hint.
But then it gets worse, right? It's not just subtle signs anymore. A storm hits.
A huge one. The text describes it vividly, really sudden, really violent, trees getting ripped up, the ground shaking.
An earthquake, wow.
Yeah, earthquake, dust everywhere, gets dark, people are terrified, it's pure chaos. A very dramatic entrance, you could say.
An entrance for Parasurama himself.
Exactly. Nature itself seems to be reacting to his arrival.
So tell us about him. The description sounds pretty intense.
Oh, it is. Terrifying, the source says. He's the sworn enemy of the Kshatriyas, the warrior class. He's got his bow, his battle axe.
And an arrow like lightning?
Yeah, an arrow shining like lightning, matted hair piled high, and this energy like flames radiating off him. He's clearly not someone you mess with.
And he has this reputation, doesn't he? Son of sage Jamadani, known for wiping out Kshatriyas.
That's the key thing. His father was killed by a king, and he vowed revenge not just on that king, but on the whole Kshatriya race. He supposedly wiped out generations of them.
Jeez. So the storm and the earthquake, it's like they announce his power.
They absolutely underscore it. And the fear he causes, it also, touches on those old tensions between the priests, the Brahmanas, and the warriors, the Kshatriyas.
Right. That historical context. So it's like this primal force just walks onto the scene, and the people with Dasaratha, especially the Brahmanas, how do they react?
You can feel the fear. They're whispering, remembering his terrible vow. They sort of hoped his anger had cooled down after all this time.
A bit of wishful thinking, maybe?
Perhaps. But even though they're scared, they still follow tradition. They offer him water, the customary sign of respect for a guest, even an intimidating one.
Okay, so he accepts the water, but then immediately turns to Rama.
Straight to Rama. He acknowledges that Rama just did this amazing thing, stringing and breaking Shiva's bow back at Janaka's court.
But it's not like, hey, nice job, is it?
No, definitely not praise. It's more like a challenge, setting the stage.
Yeah, he has his own bow. He makes a big deal out of it.
A very big deal. He pulls out his bow and says it's just as powerful as the one Rama broke. And crucially, he says it's Vishnu's bow.
Vishnu's bow. Okay, that raises the stakes considerably.
Hugely. It was entrusted to his father, Jamadani. So now you have this contrast. Rama broke Shiva's bow, the destroyer's bow, and now he's being challenged with Vishnu's bow, the preserver's.
Interesting symbolism there. It suggests something about Rama's role, maybe? His alignment?
I think so. It feels like it connects this whole encounter to the bigger cosmic picture.
So the challenge is laid down. What exactly does Parasurama want Rama to do?
Simple, but not easy. String Vishnu's bow. Parasurama basically says, if you can do this, then you're worthy to fight me. It's a direct test.
A test of strength and maybe something more, his divine connection.
Exactly that. And Dasaratha, Rama's father, he must be panicking.
Oh, you bet. The text says he pleads with Parasurama, spare my son, he's young, he's innocent.
He really tries. He brings up Parasurama's past, reminds him he supposedly gave away the world he conquered to Kashyapa, took a vow with Indra, went back to being an ascetic.
Trying to appeal to his retired status, like, hey, weren't you done with all this?
Pretty much, but Parasurama, completely dismissive.
Doesn't even look at him.
Nope. The text says he heard him unmoved without so much as looking at him. His eyes are only on Rama. Total focus, total arrogance, really.
That point about Dasaratha bringing up the past vows, does that suggest something? Like maybe past glories don't matter when faced with true divinity?
That's a really interesting thought. It could imply that even great achievements or promises might, well, fade in significance when a bigger power or a shift in the cosmic order arrives.
And Parasurama then explains the vows.
Right.
Clears up the origin story.
He does. He says Viswakarma, the divine architect, made 2 identical bows. One went to Rudra, who is Shiva.
The one Rama broke.
The one Rama broke, and the other went to Vishnu. And this bow, the one he's holding, that's Vishnu's bow. He makes the distinction very clear.
Elevating the challenge again.
Absolutely. Then he repeats it loud and arrogant, according to the text. String Vishnu's bow, prove your strength, then we fight.
Okay. The ultimate test. How does Rama react to all this direct challenge, the arrogance?
Rama's response is, well, perfect Rama. Courteous, but absolutely firm. Doesn't seem like it. He acknowledges why Parasurama is angry. His father's death. Shows some understanding there. But then he says, basically, you can't humble me like you did those other Kshatriyas.
Wow. Quiet confidence.
Very much so. And then the moment arrives.
What does he do?
He just asks for the bow and arrow.
Just like that.
Just like that. Takes them from Parasurama, strings the bow, this incredibly powerful bow of Vishnu, and it seems like it's no effort at all. Draws the string right back.
Effortless. That must have been stunning.
Imagine the scene. And he doesn't stop there. He notches the arrow.
Okay.
And then he looks at Parasurama, apparently with a smile, which is quite something in this context.
What does he say?
He points out that this arrow, the Vaishnava arrow, it's too powerful to just be shot uselessly. It has to destroy something.
Oh.
So he asked Parasurama basically, where should I aim it? Should it destroy your power to move, your locomotion? Or should it destroy all the merit, the fruits of your tapas?
His spiritual power. Tapas is that intense discipline, right? The merit gained from it.
Exactly. All that accumulated power from years of austerity and meditation. So Rama presents this choice. Lose your ability to walk or lose your spiritual attainments.
That is a heavy choice. What happens to Parasurama? What's the effect?
It's instant. The text says the glory just drains from Parasurama's face the moment Rama strings the bow.
Just like that.
Gone. He transforms. He's not the terrifying warrior anymore. He becomes a self-subdued rishi, a sage.
Wow.
And the source explicitly says the purpose of his avatar, the Parasurama incarnation, was done. Finished.
So Rama stringing the bow was the catalyst for that, the completion of his purpose.
It seems so. It signifies this huge shift. Parasurama, representing that fierce, maybe older form of justice, is stepping aside. Rama's more balanced, encompassing divinity is taking center stage. It's profound.
So Parasurama isn't angry or defiant anymore.
Not at all. He responds mildly. He acknowledges who Rama really is, says he doesn't regret having his arrogance crushed.
And then he makes an offering.
An incredible offering. He offers Rama all his tapas, all that power he earned, a complete surrender.
But he has to leave quickly, right? Something about a promise.
Yes, he explains he made a promise to Kashyapa not to stay in his domains after sunset, so he needs to get back to the Mahendra Mountains fast.
So he needs to be able to travel.
Right. So he asks Rama, for one thing, let the arrow take all the power from his tapas except the power of locomotion he needs to get home.
And Rama grants this.
Presumably.
Yeah.
The resolution is complete. Parasurama then does something significant.
What's that?
He circumambulates Rama, walks around him clockwise, which is a traditional sign of deep respect and reverence.
A final act of acknowledging Rama's superiority.
Exactly. And then he departs.
Phew. Intense. So after all that drama, what's the return to Ayodhya like? The mood must have completely changed.
Oh, big time. The news reaches Ayodhya, they're safe, Dasartha and the princes are back, and the city just erupts in joy.
Celebrations.
Huge celebrations. The source says it was all decked out with flowers, shining like Devaloka, the city of the gods. The fear is gone, replaced by relief and festivity.
And then the story shifts focus a bit to Rama and Sita's life there.
It does. It jumps forward, describes their first 12 years together in Ayodhya.
And it was a happy time.
Very happy. The text emphasizes this deep mutual love between them. It says it grew from their virtues, their goodness, but also their beauty, a profound connection.
Like they understood each other without words.
That's the sense you get. Their hearts were in tune. Sita's happiness is even compared to Lakshmi's in heaven, Vishnu's consort, highlighting that divine quality of their bond.
But even in this happy description, there's a hint to the future, isn't there? A foreshadowing.
There is, yeah. A brief mention of their later life in the forest. It refers to Anasura, a sage's wife, who apparently later praises Sita for her incredible devotion to Rama during their exile.
Ah, okay. Setting up future events.
And it quotes Sita describing Rama perfect, unwavering affection, pure heart, total control over his senses. It shows her deep love mirroring his.
So let's pull it all together. What are the really key things to take away from this whole Parasurama episode?
Well, the biggest one is just the undeniable proof of Rama's divinity. Stringing Vishnu's bow so easily, humbling Parasurama, instantly it screams that Rama is Vishnu incarnate.
It establishes his supreme power right at the start of his adult life almost.
Exactly. It sets the stage. And it also shows something about how the Ramayana tells its story.
How characters kind of come and go.
Yeah. The text mentions others like Viswamitra, Kaikeyi, Guha, Harata. They play huge parts, but then their direct role fades as the story moves on. Parasurama fits that pattern. He shows up, serves his purpose testing and revealing Rama, and then exits.
Right. So for you listening, that aha moment really is understanding this isn't just some random fight. It's fundamental. It locks in Rama's identity.
It really does. We saw the build-up, the tension, the challenge, but looking back, you see it's a hinge point for the whole epic. It demonstrates Rama's ascendancy.
A thrilling encounter for sure,
Yeah.
but also reveals those deeper layers of the Ramayana's structure and meaning.
Couldn't have said it better.
So that leaves us with something for you to think about. How does this encounter, this early decisive victory over such a powerful figure, really prepare Rama and us for the trials he faces later? What does it tell us about power versus humility in the epic? And maybe, what's the deeper significance of these divine weapons, Shiva's bow, Vishnu's bow, and who gets to wield them? Lots to chew on there.
I hope you like this chapter. We need volunteers and sponsors to create content with even better quality and with more variety. If you wish to join this initiative as a volunteer or sponsor, please click the links given in description below. To help us reach more viewers, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Biography Central. Thank you for your time. It means a lot. Namaste.